Good evening and welcome to the Hotel Detective. My name is Philip, and I am the Hotel Detective, and I am joined by Kevin, the Hotel Detective. Say good evening, Kevin.
Good evening.
If you were following the vibe of the image behind you, you would have said good evening, Kevin.
I know, but then I had to throw you off the case.
No, that's just what they're expecting him to do.
That's exactly what you were
Perfect.
expecting.
So everybody, welcome to, I hope that everyone understands the vibe of what's happening tonight and why there's only one player at least to start off with. Because there's only two of us here, but the screen is taken up by something desperately desired by said player and the viewership of this of this channel. And that is, let's throw it in chat. I'll put it in chat myself here. We have a spreadsheet emote, and we have to use it.
That's all you need.
So, welcome to a game called The Hotel Detective. I will go ahead and say that the Hotel Detective in the room is that this game is very much inspired by an SNL sketch called The Hotel Detective that aired, 2 seasons ago? 3 seasons ago? 2 seasons probably. I think it was 49. It aired with Ariana Grande. Notably, the version that aired was a taped version from rehearsal, and a sketch it had been cut, and a sketch they were trying to do live wasn't functioning, and they just played it because they had to put something on TV. So, fun fact about SNL: occasionally it's not live, even when they're showing.
And it was great.
And yet, had they not aired it, it would have been another strong argument for they only cut the best sketches. So, if you ever want to seek that out and watch it, I think it's worth watching. That sketch deeply informs the game you're about to see tonight, and yet also has pretty much nothing to do with it. There's a very clear gimmick. One can see it in Kevin's fantastic name: Hotel Detectives Management Division, Detectives Internal Affairs. So yeah, that's just, I feel like we need to say that before we begin. But I will also mention another reason that we're doing this game at this time right now, and that is, as many of you I think know, we have a panel at WonderCon this year, which kind of makes no sense, but I don't know. I guess they literally give panels out to anyone, including us. So the gimmick for the panel is that I'm going to make up a game on the spot, and then people are going to play it. That's what's going to happen live at WonderCon. Did I told you that yet, Kevin? You might not have even known that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the gimmick. So, in this
also,
game...
he told me to be in the audience so I could give you
can
the
give
idea.
me the stuff that I've already printed out. You can be there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I wanted to jump into a game, and... we're currently playing Call of Cthulhu, which is a system we've done. We've also played a million systems I've designed on this channel before. A million is a hyperbole. It's probably closer to 10.
Million.
That's probably, you're probably more. Actually, it actually might be more than that, if I really think about it. If you count my customizing an existing system, it's way more.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3,000. I think that's the thing. Ooh, is your first name Hotel Detective or Hotel Detective Management? Or is everything your first name except for affairs?
It's all one.
I like it.
It's like share.
You like share, you just go by one name, but it's several
Keep it
words
simple.
long. So, the idea is that for this game, I figured, let's have a little fun, at least at the beginning, with putting this game together. With developing the right system for a game called The Hotel Detective. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys what genre this game will be. I'm simply going to tell you that if there's one thing this game will involve, it is The Hotel Detective. I don't know, Kevin, how do you feel? Are you ready to jump on in?
Oh yeah, I woke up ready.
Well then, in that case, let's try to put you to sleep so that you are fooled by the crazy stuff we do. We begin outside a beautiful hotel. Art Deco design. Throwback The architecture, the decor, the coloring is a very sort of, early to mid 20th century energy. The streets outside are wet and rainy. Jazz plays somewhere in the distance. I'm not saying that we're in Paris, because we're not in Paris, but I'm also not saying we're not in Paris, if that makes sense. This hotel is called the Hotel Détective. I am playing the hotel. That's what the game master of this game is called. And a lone figure in a, can we say trench coat? Dare we say trench coat?
Most definitely.
How do you say trench coat?
Trench coat.
Perfect. Is standing outside of the Hotel Détective, preparing to enter. It's raining. It's misty. You can smell jazz, crime, crepes in that order, in this wild city that isn't Paris, but for all intents and purposes, and for all intensive purposes, is Paris. Or as we don't say here, because we're not in Paris, Paris. So, figure in a trench coat. Would you like to enter the Hotel Détective?
I will finish my crepe and enter.
Understood. I shall make a note. The man in the trench finishes his crepe and enters savory crepe, sweet crepe, or, the most deranged answer of all, plain crepe, no filling of any kind.
Plain.
All right.
It's too wild for anything else.
I understand. So, you may enter. You walk up the steps. There is one of those beautiful revolving doors. And as you enter it, you are suddenly struck by the warmth and magic and danger of this hotel, which I said is in the Art Deco style, but it's also in the Art Nouveau and a touch of the Belle Epoque.
I'm just glad I wasn't struck by the door. The door
keeps spinning around even as you walk through it. There are some bellhops who are ready to rush over and take your bags until they see you're carrying no bags. Unless, are you carrying bags?
I'll hand them my crepe.
There you go. All right.
Trash.
Hands his unfinished plain crepe to a bellhop.
And we'll order a coffee.
Understood. The bellhop looks at the crepe, puts it into his pocket, and goes off to fetch a coffee. Or as they call it here, a coffee. At the front desk, there is an incredibly well-dressed gentleman. This is the concierge. He sees you and says, "Oh, dear. I am so relieved to finally have you here. We've been waiting for our hotel detective here at the Hotel Détective for what seems like, I dare not say how long."
I came as soon as I could.
"Oh, well, your arrival is most fortuitous."
After breakfast.
"Oh, of course. Well, and
coffee.
Yes, of course.
And then I had to make another stop along the way.
As long as you're here, we are happy to have you, my friend. So, welcome to the Hotel Détective.
I know it's pronounced Hotel Detective.
Ah, yes. Well, that is your role here, of course. Or your role, as we say.
I know, role.
Your role. Yes, of course.
Roll.
Roll, please. And a bellhop comes over with a roll for you.
Still waiting for that coffee, though.
He says, "Bite into it, sir."
I'll take a bite.
There's coffee inside the roll.
It's too hot!
1,000 apologies. Be gone with you! And he rushes away. Well, my dear detective, if you need anything, you should always come and ask me, the concierge.
I need a coffee.
Oh, well, certainly that's beneath my station. Besides, you're now soon to be an employee of the Hotel Detective, which means you can get your own coffee. Or if you have an assistant, you can have your assistant grab your coffee for you, sir.
Yes, it was the man by the door, I thought.
A man by the door?
Yes.
Where is he gone?
Get my coffee, I hope.
What did this man look like?
He looked like he was... Actually, I don't even remember.
Then I fear, my dear hotel detective, we have found our very first mystery. And with that, we are now going to mark down who is the man at the door. So, first mystery. Who is the man at the door? Oh, well, that is what you're here to solve for us. Among
Very
the
well.
other mysteries that come up, but I must warn you, our new detective, you're not the only detective on the premises at present. He kind of does this with his mustache.
Who else is here?
Well, I suppose I could almost call that your second mystery, but it will be so easily solved if you simply walk down that hallway and turn left into the grand ballroom.
I prefer to do my investigating at my own terms.
Understood. Then I shall mark it down as your second mystery.
I'm going to go down this hallway.
Very good, sir. Hopefully you can find that coffee. I don't consider that a mystery, more a personal quest on your part. But I'm sure there'll be no shortage of mysteries for you very soon. Very soon indeed. One last thing. I have not confirmed that you are the hotel detective we expected. But I'm not going to ask any questions about that. I'm just going to assume you're the right person, and not that the man we've hired. I'm not going to ask your name. I would not possibly offend you or be so doubting in that way. I simply want you to know that I trust that you're who I've assumed you are. And
Very well.
You know what happens when we assume?
Yes.
We make assume.
Yes.
Very good, sir.
Trust is an important part of the relationship.
Trust. Without trust, we are no better than criminals.
But how do I know you're the concierge that I was sent here to see?
Well, it is a reasonable point. Suffice it to say, my name badge says concierge, does it not?
Yes. But you could have gotten that from anywhere.
Oh, so in other words, your third mystery is the concierge the real concierge?
It's a very fine jacket, too.
Thank you.
Very well.
It was very well made. You're not wrong, sir. Yes. So, you're going to go down that hallway?
Yeah.
Great. You go down the hallway. There is a large door marked Grand Ballroom. You can't miss it.
I think this is where I should be going.
Understood.
My instincts.
Those instincts, and we'll get to your instincts in a second, because as of yet, we've not... So far, nothing's been in doubt. So far, you've simply looked at things, you've seen them, and, minor aside, based on why we said we're doing this, the reason you make a roll in an RPG game is when something's in doubt. What you're doing is you're introducing the possibility. That's the gamification of the story. It's like, if it's just a bunch of people telling a story together, you're just improvising scenes, and, well, there's a lot of that going on. At some point we need to see if there's a chance of failure. So far, our Hotel Detectives Management Division Detectives Internal Affairs has not done anything where the outcome is in doubt, other than what he might say or do that would be up to his own ingenuity. And
Well,
not.
it's because after this many years of service, you know.
I really want fourth mystery to be how many years of service, but we don't have to get into that. The point is, as you sort of stand at this door, a sense of what could be behind it. No roll is required for you to hear the sounds of a party of some kind of gathering, some kind of catered event. You can open the door whenever you'd like.
It's very interesting. It's a party inside this room of balls.
Grand
balls.
Grand balls.
Let us investigate.
All right. If you open the door, what you see before you might take your breath away, or might simply be a thing that you see and have no strong reaction to. That is a room with at least 50 or 60 people milling around with drinks, with canapes, hors d'oeuvres. I don't speak French, by the way. With various little finger foods. There is a stage where a musician is playing some jazzy tunes. A few people are dancing, but more people are watching them dance. And you see a large banner hanging over the stage, announcing or declaring what this gathering is. Hotel Detectives Management Division Detectives Internal Affairs, I'm sorry to tell you, this is a detective conference.
Detective conference?
There is a detective conference.
God, I never got my invitation.
Do you believe that this solves the second mystery? Who are the other detectives?
Maybe. Or maybe it's just a lead.
Could just be a lead. Understood.
Because if it really was a conference of hotel detectives, I surely would have received an invite.
It is not, however, a conference of hotel detectives. It is a detectives conference.
Oh.
And that is what we call a missed opportunity on my part. Because it should have been a conference of all the hotel's detective. But instead, it is just a detective conference. That being said, perhaps you should do a little more investigating around the room. And now we come to the crux of it, Kevin. Now we come to the component of this game that is going to be so maddening and confusing and spreadsheeting adjacent. You will have to make a roll to investigate further.
Very well.
So, what is it you would like to do in this investigation?
I think, first, we'll investigate the buffet.
All right. All right, well then let's talk about what it means to investigate a buffet. You are going to use logic and reason, but you're also going to use your senses to sort of look at what you're seeing and synthesize. To me, that is less a situation of you trying to perceive things closely or using pure logic. This does seem to be a true investigation role. So a question I have for you, Kevin, because this is going to be somewhat collaborative, is, in this little game of ours, is investigation one of the key things that you're going to do as a hotel detective? Or is it a subset of a broader attribute? In other words, is this a game in which we need to account for any possible human activity, such that we would want sort of the way you have in Dungeons and Dragons, where you have, or in our Marvel role-playing game we play off-stream, where you have, like strength, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, where you have these things? Or is this a game where the focus of it is so specific that investigation should be its own category. Like investigation should be a top category and maybe even has sub-levels beyond it. Your investigative specialities, as it were. Which of those makes more sense to you for this game?
I think the specialities.
Very well. Then
Let's
our
dive
first attribute shall be investigate, and it will have an exclamation mark. God damn it. There it is. Investigate. By the way, everyone, Kevin was also asking about this before. What I have here below, you may have been looking at this, is what I'm calling just my blank kind of generic RPG sheet that we'll be figuring out how it works. If you notice, almost everything is question marks, and so are what the boxes are. Like, for instance, first thing, next thing. Those, if this were one kind of game, one of that would be your species, one of that would be your class. I don't know if there's species and classes in this game. We're leaving them things. There's a major resource like your power or your clues. That might be clues in this game. Who knows? There's also room for something important and something other thing. It should be some other thing. God damn it.
I like something other thing.
All right, we'll do so. I need a comma in there. Something other thing. Maybe I can do ... Yeah. Something other thing. Okay. So, we have now decided that investigate will be a generalized ability that our Hotel Detectives Management Division Detectives Internal Affairs can always attempt. But there will be some specialized versions along the way. Unless this winds up being a game where we don't have specializations, but we'll get to that later. Question number 2, my friends, is what kind of a role should that be? So the way the system you choose is very much about you want it to be like appropriate for the drama that you're creating. A game like D&D has a sort of flat dramatic system where you're adding a modifier, but fundamentally there's a big degree of chance on a 20-sided die because any roll is as likely as any other. It is just as likely on any time you make a roll that you're going to have a fantastic, critical success on a 20 as it is that you'll roll a 1, as it is that you'll roll a 10 in the middle. Contrast this with a 3d6 system. Sorry for the history lesson, everybody. But detectives need to know these kinds of things. Contrast that with a 3d6 system where it's like if you look at the probability of rolls, it's a bell curve. Sort of the middle, the average roll on 3d6 I think is 10.5. So to roll a 10 or an 11 is very likely. To roll a 3 or an 18 are much less likely than to roll a 20 or a 1 on a d20. In other words, you are making those exceptional moments even harder to find while dragging everything to the center. Right. Then you have things like pool systems where you roll a bunch of dice and you're looking for successes, or and also that can feel different ways. Looking for successes is fun. There are also pool systems where you just don't want to roll, like if you roll a bunch of 6s and just don't want to roll 1s. Every 1 is considered a failure. You have to roll fewer than a certain failures. That feels very oppressive and mean. It's good for like a horror game. So all of this is to say, what feels right to us? And chat, you're welcome to chime in. What feels right to us for an investigation? Do you have any immediate responses, Kevin? Also, if not, I can say a couple thoughts, but yes, please.
I think it's got to be hard-hitting.
Hard-hitting.
Intuitive.
Hard-hitting and intuitive. Well, what I like about hard-hitting and intuitive is that it goes to be, because to me, investigation, Pierce says D100. What I do like about so a D100 actually, even though it's a much even sort of lower percentage of any one roll, etc., it's similar to the D20 where, each number on there has the same likelihood. But I do think these highly random situations are kind of interesting for this. The more clues you have, the lower the percentage to solve. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so we can count your clues about what's going on. Okay. Let's try that. Let's try. You'll have, so this will make this very complicated. Eventually we can build a column shift table into this based on the quality of the clues and how many, because column shifts are a thing we really want to do at some point. 2 and 4, Kevin. So.
The more convoluted.
The more
yet clear.
D100
is what we are looking for.
Okay, so to investigate, you roll a D100. Do you want to do, Kevin, this is literally just about how it feels to you. Do you want to do a roll over or roll under system? Do you want to try to roll low or roll high?
My history would say roll low.
Okay.
But I feel like we should go high.
The higher the better. Okay, yeah. Great. Then this is how this will work. For every solid clue you have, our target number will be 75. I might change that soon. Oh, somebody's saying 49. That's fun. But that just means it's the thing. Our target number is going to be 75. Every good clue you have will knock that down by 10.
Oh.
Okay. So you don't need that many good clues. So you want to roll over a 75, but if you have a couple good clues, you only need to roll over a 55. If you have 5 good clues, you only have to beat a 25. Who could investigate poorly with all those clues? The more clues you find through investigation, the better it goes. So, I think in that case, you know what? I'm going to make a bold decision, and this will be mysteries. This will be clues. So this game requires a set, like this will like, rather than just having notes that require a thing. This is number of clues. So you're going to have a number of clues over here on any given mystery. Right now those are 0. What? There we go. Just don't hold down capitalize, Philip. Okay.
No, we have 1 clue for the second mystery.
You have 1 clue for the second mystery. Okay, well, yeah, we'll get to those. So first mystery is who was the man at the door?
Only I had paid attention.
Second mystery, who were the other detectives? What is your clue for who were the other detectives?
This ballroom. And the banner.
Ballroom and banner, we'll call it 2 clues. Eventually we may have to change how this is ordered so we have space for everything, but I'm fine with this for now.
You need like a separate clues section.
Exactly. Is the concierge the real concierge? Well, I'm going to say 1 is name tag, because he did show you that. Okay. Well, for now, I think we have a sense of what is going on. In the sense, why can't you just fill down? Oh my god, how do you make it fill the same number down and not try to count up? Whatever. I'll just be inefficient and type a bunch. Okay. We're finally ready at 8:20 to make our first roll.
That's right.
All right, Hotel Detectives Management Division Detectives Internal Affairs. You're going to investigate this. Oh, but wait, you're investigating the buffet to solve this room, correct? To try to figure out what's going on in the room?
That and my breakfast wasn't that good this morning.
Understood. So there's 2 purposes. Let's go ahead and roll a D100. And because you've seen the banner and the ballroom, you are only trying to roll 55 or higher.
71.
71. Looking over the buffet, you see that there are many foods that one would associate with detectives. Fancy foods, also like food you could eat in a car on a stakeout.
Mm-hmm.
Also, for our more noirish detectives, a lot of like Chinese takeout that you would eat in your like office with like a neon light flashing inside of it, as like a dame with legs that go all the way up walks in to tell you about her ex-husband who's been murdered and she needs your help, but you suspect she did it, but God, is she pretty. So
And donuts.
plus donuts. So the point is, it reinforces the idea that this ballroom is in fact a detective convention. The food is right, if nothing else.
To verify the food, I will take a smorgasbord onto a plate.
Absolutely have to do it.
For investigative purposes.
Very good. Having rolled the 71, this is kind of part of this. The food all tastes. It tastes like the Hotel Detective put out a good spread for a detective convention.
Excellent.
At this point, a detective sidles up to you, or at least someone claiming to be a detective. They look at the food you've gotten and say, not a bad spread, huh?
Yes. Still looking for that coffee, though.
Coffee? You want coffee? They got urns of the stuff over there.
Oh, thank you. I'll hand in my plate and go.
Yeah, well, I never said no to food before. You never know when you'll get your next meal.
What kind of detectives are you?
Me? I'm what you call the classic private eye. No, that doesn't mean I like to eye privates. I mean, occasionally I go to a nudie bar here and there, but that's not what I'm all about.
It's all about catching the bad guys.
Well, maybe for you, if you're some kind of police detective or official detective. I'm all about solving a mystery for whoever's footing the bill.
What was your last case?
Oh, my last case was a real humdinger of a doozy, wrapped in a housey what's-it. 2 brothers hired me to figure out which one of them was stooping the other's wife.
The classic case.
Turns out, it was neither of them.
Was it you?
It was also both of them. No. You see, they were both married to the same woman.
Oh. Well, good for them.
I mean, that's one perspective. As far as I was concerned, it was bad for everyone involved, especially me, because I got kicked on the ribs on both sides. I shouldn't have led on different sides when I went in. Should have just leaned into one, taken more punishment.
Yes.
Have you gotten some
What
coffee?
What brings you to this hotel, detective?
Well, as you can see, there's a detective convention going on. Though I'm not exactly sure what kind of detective you are. You're in a trench coat, so you could be my kind of guy. But that also could be a cop. Are you a cop? Are you wearing a wire? You gotta tell me. Not because it's the law, just because I really want to know.
Very suspicious of you.
Well, that's the name of the game.
Tell me, have you met this concierge before?
Have you met this concierge before? Did I tell it right?
Yes.
Thank you. I tried.
I'm going to get my coffee.
Understood. I'll figure out what division you're in. You're not the only one playing this game, and I got one clue, and it's your trench coat. And that gives me something about rolling some numbers I wasn't paying attention. So, you can go over and get your coffee. As you do so, a woman standing behind a fern next to the coffee says, "Psst!
Hello there.
Not so loud.
What?
Just come here.
Oh, you want some coffee?
No, you. Get over here.
Oh, okay.
Did you get coffee?
Yes.
Ah, damn. All right. We were hoping he'd never get his coffee, but you have your coffee. All right, you can step behind.
It's too cold.
Ah, rats. Well, you can pour it into the fern and step back there.
Yep.
She's standing here and she's looking very shady. And she's like, oh, thank goodness. I was worried someone was going to hear or see me. I'm trying not to be conspicuous.
You've chosen quite the hiding spot.
Well, it's a fern. Listen, you look like an upstanding detective.
I am standing.
That's exactly what I thought. Listen. Something's very wrong here.
What's that?
Someone stole my necklace from my room. Fourth mystery. Shouldn't have talked to the lady.
I mean, you're in a room full of detectives.
If they really are detectives.
You don't think they are?
I think if you were a bunch of criminals trying to have a conference, what's the one thing you wouldn't want to say you were?
A detective.
No, I think that's the one thing you would want to say you were, to throw everyone off the scent.
Oh, of course.
You
I was
wouldn't say
testing.
you're criminals.
No. You would say you're a concierge.
Or that. The point is, I think these detectives here aren't who they seem to be. I think this is a gathering of the biggest criminals in the town. If not the world. I won't go beyond that because I don't believe in aliens. Not anymore.
No. Could even be every criminal in town.
Okay, that's where we're going smaller scale. Yes, that's more likely. The point is, someone stole. I had my necklace in the safe in the room, and I thought that word meant something. But my necklace wasn't safe.
Did you lock the safe?
Did I lock the safe? What kind of a question is that?
Is that no?
I mean, I don't know. Is it a gerund? Is it a past participle? I don't know grammar.
Interesting. Can you describe your necklace?
Sure. It has a dangly thing and stuff that goes around your neck and it hooks.
Ah, classic necklace.
I'm sorry, you want something more specific than that. Sure. It has a brilliant red gem. And a gold chain. If I were to describe its attitude, I would say complacent.
Mm-hmm. Only we had a sketch artist here.
Well, it is a detective convention. You could ask if there were any sketch artists here at the detective convention.
Wait, so why are you behind the bush?
Well, I don't want the criminals to see me. And I will point out, the only one who noticed me was you, which makes me think you really are a detective who can find things and not a criminal who's pretending. That's what I think.
I am the most upstanding detective you could look for.
Well,
in the hotel detective.
That's true. You're standing right here, and I'm
Yes.
looking at you.
Exactly.
So you'll help me?
Yes. Why don't we start with scoping out the room?
Are you asking me to take you up to my room?
Well, I mean, yes.
Well, oh dear. I guess you detectives are all the same. Fine.
We gotta go to the scene of the crime.
That's true. I understand. You mean it in a professional context.
Always.
Well,
I never joke when I'm on duty.
Understood. Also, if you don't want people to think it's a joke, I would just call it feces, not duty. It's a little childish. Did you step in something, or?
I don't think so.
So you're not on duty after all.
Oh. Well. Why don't we check out the safe?
Of course. This way. Well, she'll say, walk this way, and then she'll pick up the fern and carry it, blocking you guys exiting.
I'll pick up another fern and follow, walking the same way.
Perfect. All right. She takes you to the elevator. Your trip to her room is not particularly notable, and yet you take note of it. Investigation is not like the only attribute you're going to have in this game. Obviously, you're going to need some other skills and things that you'll need to do. Now, so far, we haven't done any, shall we say, like, you know, her asking, you didn't have to charm her. We did a roll for that. We didn't go into that. Pierce is suggesting seduction, but Pierce, that's like a given. Like, he doesn't need a roll for that. A hotel detective,
my middle name,
division, detective internal affairs, is he as is typical of such people. They're often engaged in a clemency for sexual favors arrangement with the hotel detectives internal affairs division.
That's why we got to keep
detective management.
We only pull out the badge when it's needed.
Yes. So, also don't call it a badge. Ladies don't like that. So the point is, as you walk through this space, something like charm or seduction it could potentially be the sort of the term that, you know, a thing we use. But I do think that observation is different than investigation.
I was thinking the same thing.
And in fact, observation is probably what you should have rolled a few moments ago to look at the stuff rather than like investigate. You were doing some investigation, but we should have. So I think observation will be our next attribute. So here's a question, because things are going to get as madcap and stupid as possible. What will we use for our observation rolls? That's right. The attributes of this game won't all use the same mechanic necessarily.
Hear me out on this one.
Please, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. We've got 2 eyes.
I've got 2 eyes. I'm hearing you out. I'm hearing you in.
Yep.
I'm hearing you on. I'm hearing you through.
We've got 2 ears.
Okay.
So I think it needs to be...
You have 2 nostrils.
Oh.
2 hands to touch, but only 1 tongue.
So we need to roll a d7.
A d7? Why a d7?
Because there are 7 things.
I see what you're saying. Well, there's more than
Or
that.
7 die.
7 dice. Okay.
Or 5 dice.
I like
One
the
for each
idea.
sense.
I like the idea that... So I think the observation... I think this is a good opportunity to break down our skills into the different senses.
Ah.
So we'll say sight, hearing, taste. Well, this is silly. I should do it in alphabetical order. How would you list the 5 senses?
Hear.
Okay.
See.
Okay. Smell.
Taste.
Smell, taste, touch.
Yep.
Alphabetical. All right.
6.
It's just called 6th? Okay.
6th sense.
I like it.
Yep.
Okay. So, what kind of... So you were thinking that that the dice you roll for this is reflected in how many sensory organs you possess.
Yes.
Okay. So, we have 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 1 tongue, 10 fingers.
And 6th is just 6.
Okay. You have six little senses. Okay.
Now, what do we do with that?
What we do with that? Well, this is a funny idea. Okay, so Here's what we'll do with it. Okay, we're gonna use this as a pool system.
Mm-hmm.
6, 10, 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 17, 23. Now we could drastically reduce this by saying you have two hands, by doing it by hands, not fingers.
I like the 10 though.
Okay. So, I think this is how this is going to work. When you're making a general observation roll, you will roll D. It would be sum of relevant sense dice. D. What dice do you have the most of? Do you have 23 of some kind of dice?
Do not have 23 of some kind of dice.
Well, you're the one who said 10 fingers. Well, I'm the one who said 10 fingers. You're the one who said yes, 10 fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see here. Some of relevant
I'm just going
dice.
on some weird tangents in my head about what this could be. It's like a Yahtzee game.
You know what? How many D4s do you have there with you?
I have 3 D4s. I have the most D6s.
How many D6s do you have?
6.
Okay. I think... Well, you know what? You said there are 6 total senses, so I guess we'll go with 6 is fine. So, we also have to make the... Guys, for the document, come on, we're spreadsheeting here. This is going to have to be a significantly smaller font size. Sum of relevant sense dice, D6. So that is for a general observation roll. But if you're ever only using the specific senses... No. These are now just dashes. Guys, one thing I love to do is to use dashes to represent, like, there's nothing in there, just move along. Cool. Okay. So you can only use 6 fingers to touch things. Like, let's see.
Well, I mean, like,
there we go.
We could.
No, you can roll more. It's fine. Okay, so I think for senses we're going to use a pool system, and we're going to have this be, as is often a pool situation. You roll the relevant number of dice. I think we're going to make this, the reason I want to do D4s is I kind of want to have it be I want to be more, because it's a 25% chance is kind of a more fun extreme situation. Because observation is going to be a very, very, very important part of how you gain clues. Clues are physical things you can use and take, and you've observed it, and therefore you have it. They feed into your investigation D100 rolls. So, as such, observation should not be too rewarding with the clues. And that's why I'd kind of only like it to happen if you roll the maximum number on the dice. The problem is, the likelihood of rolling a D6 is 1 in 6, which is what, like 8%? 17%?
17%.
Oh, yeah, 70. Oh, right, a little under 20. Yeah. So like 17%, as opposed to a 25% on a D4. Let's go with D4s, actually, because this will make it easier for you.
Okay.
So, it's a D4. It's a D4 system. Eventually, you get 23 D4s if you're using all your senses at once.
You could throw in some D8s and get the same thing, you know.
But that means only one of them will get. They're not just 2 together. They'll only be giving you 1 result.
Yeah. But like 1 and 2 on the D8 is.
That's true. You could use D8s as D4s. That's fair.
And then D12s
and D20s. I mean, if we're really being honest about it, but I also like.
Actually,
but here's the thing.
I kind of like the idea of that they're all.
What I like about 2 D4s is it's your 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Like your 2.
Well, I was thinking the 2 eyes is the 2. You know.
Oh, sure.
You got your 2D20.
2D20. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Because the other thing is we don't always use all our senses, right? You're stepping into this elevator to ride up into the room with this woman.
I mean, us mere mortals don't, but when you're a hotel detective,
Hotel detectives.
management division detectives, internal affairs,
Sometimes
we all know.
So I think as you get into, you know what? You're right. We'll try it. Roll. So you're going to do the sum of all the relevant ones. You are going to have your hearing, your seeing, your smelling. You won't have taste, and you won't have touch. No, you only get 2 for touch because it's your 2 feet that are like on the floor. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6.
What if we're using feet? Now that's a 12.
It's a 12. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna call touch varies. If you're using all 10 fingers, it's 10. All your toes in there, it's a 20s. Okay. So we're gonna say it's 2 for this. So I need you to roll, and no sixth sense right now because there's no ghosts in this elevator.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have
not seeing any dead people. Yeah.
all the time. Okay, so you're gonna. Every sense has different dice. Jesus, we really could do that. We're not doing that.
I want to do that so bad.
D4s. Okay.
They can all do the same thing.
Yeah.
In that it's all just the D4 multiple, but it's just
You're welcome to go crazy with that. The point is, I need you to roll 8 D4s.
8.
So if you want to just roll your D4s multiple times, I need to know how many 4s you roll.
All right, we're gonna try this multiple style.
Okay.
8, you said?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
We have 1 4,
Okay.
and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, and a 1, and a 3, and a 3, and a 3.
Okay. So you had 1 4.
1 4.
Then you do not gain any clues as you observe in this elevator. But you're aware of the elevator. You're not completely oblivious. This means no one can jump out and attack you right now because you know what's going on.
I'm always on my toes.
You're on your toes. And right now your toes were 2 of your dice.
Yes.
All right. You ride up in the elevator. You are aware of your surroundings. You're aware of the speed the elevator's moving. You'll be aware of like how many like the sound this elevator makes. Like if you're ever listening out for it, you'll remember that. But you don't gain any particular insights in this space here, which is okay. We don't always do it. But now the elevator stops. We step out, and you see one of the interior guest floor hallways of the Hotel Detective. The woman gestures for you to get out of the elevator.
After you.
Oh my goodness, so polite. She does this a few times and steps off. She leads you to her room, and she says, "Don't peek."
I would
Asking you
never
to turn around. She said,
Gentlemen.
I just don't want you to know my access code."
Ah. Little does she know, as I will know it already.
Why? Do you turn around?
No.
Men are all pigs, and half of pigs are men, but they're boy pigs called boars. Anyway, she pulls out her key. It's like, "Don't look," and then she blocks the keyhole with her body as she puts the key in and opens it.
Can I look now?
You're already looking, but yes, I've entered my access code.
Understood.
She opens the door and says, "Wait a minute. Do we need to be worried about fingerprints?"
Ah. I do need a napkin. I'll just wipe my hands on her and then go in.
Okay. She says, "Do we need to be worried about finger princess? Finger king? Finger queen?"
No, there is no royalty in this place.
Ain't that the truth? She closes the door behind you. You're in her room. her boudoir, as it boudoir. As you walk in, you notice that the room largely is undisturbed. The bed is made. There is a suitcase on one of those suitcase stand things, but it's all nice and tidy. But you see that the safe on the wall is open. I would now like for you to make a C observation roll. You can only use your ears unless you also want to use your hands. But if you use your hands, you might contaminate the evidence.
No, we'll see.
C. So roll 2d4.
And smell, because I can smell crime.
All right. So you're looking and smelling. You're just over there like a bloodhound, like. Okay.
Two fours.
2 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Were they from your smells or your C's or smells or C's or one of each?
The C's.
The 2 4s were your seeing? Well, that's convenient, because smelling was going to be less helpful here. Not helpful, but less helpful. You look at the safe, and with 2 successes, congratulations, you find a clue. The clue is that the safe was forced open with an implement that has left behind some smudges of red paint.
Do you recognize this device?
Device? I'm not sure. Which one are you talking about? Is it just kind of like dramatic irony?
Yes.
I'm familiar with dramatic irony. I mean, I'm not as familiar as the audience who presumably is watching me. They know more about it than I do.
Don't they always? That's why we always have to stay one step ahead.
It's almost like they're right here watching us, and then wherever the camera's positioned, she isn't looking into it.
Yes. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one with that feeling.
Also, what device were you talking about? I'm now getting the picture it wasn't a literary device.
This one.
What are you pointing at?
He said it was an the implement just left
You're
red behind. It
seeing
wasn't the
smudges of
implement.
red paint. Yeah.
Understood.
As if something painted red is what would have wedged it open.
Have you seen this red before?
I don't know if I've ever seen something red. I've heard things read aloud, but I've never watched. Well, I guess I've watched people read things. Sure, I've watched something read. What?
Don't forget audiobooks.
Oh, that's true. Well, you're not watching that as much.
Well, I like to think of it as like a scene in my mind.
That's a really interesting point. You're much deeper than most of the fake detectives downstairs.
No, we're much higher.
That's true. I'm so sorry. How embarrassing for me.
I know it's a lot when you get deep in the detective.
I've never been deep in a detective. My ex-husband, he'd sometimes let me. Anyway, so she'll kind of peer at it and say, "That red paint. That is familiar, but I can't remember where I saw it. Probably on one of those fake detective criminals downstairs."
Yes, let's take a sample.
Take a sample of paint. Ooh! Investigation, observation, collection.
Oh, I was going to say...
Oh.
Collection could also be a sub...
An investigative heading. Okay, cool. Evidence collection. All right. Well, roll your D100. The target number has gone down because the safe has been forced to open with something red. Oh, but wait, would you like for evidence collection to be one of your specialties?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Well, the fact that we've put it on here means it'll be a minor specialty.
Yeah.
So
minor.
maybe we'll give it a. Whenever you're doing evidence collection, it counts as one clue.
Interesting.
So it's an extra clue. So go ahead and roll.
Where did I put that D100? Oh, we'll take this one. 63.
Glad we gave. Oh, well, actually, you didn't.
No, it's not enough.
No, 63 is enough because you have the one clue from the thing that gets it to 65, and because it's evidence collection, it goes up to 55. So good thing it was evidence collection. You nearly sneezed while, carving off the little piece of paint, ruining the evidence. But fortunately, she saw you.
Turned and sneezed on her.
Yeah. Good. She. Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're excused.
I am allergic to crime.
Wow. See, that's how I know you're a real detective.
Yes.
So
quite terrible if I did it.
I'm unfortunately allergic to other people's mucus. And she sneezes on something else. Sorry, I'm allergic to the stuff I just said. Also, pollen.
Yes.
Anyway, you now have a perfect sample of the paint. Now, if you wanted to, you could whip out you could find like a crime lab.
Oh, hold on, we're gentlemen here.
That's true. No, go into a ladies' room and whip out your microscope. But the point is, you could analyze this further. Or you could also, so that's you have inspected the safe. Do you want to inspect anything else in the room?
Yeah.
What else would you like to look at?
The door.
The door. Ooh, I like it.
See how they got in.
All right. Are you cool to use what senses do you want to use for the door?
I think touch and see.
Touching and seeing. Are you going to use all your fingers? All your fingies?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get 12 dice here. Roll the C ones first.
C ones first. Nada.
All right. You don't see anything, but let's see what he feels.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where'd my other one go? 10.
10. Here he goes.
1, 2.
This observation system is so stupid.
It's so stupid. 3, 4. It's even more stupid when I'm rolling a bunch of different die and trying to math it.
That's a stupid you're applying to yourself.
I think it should be part of the system.
It's an unforced error.
No, it should be part of it. 4.
4. 4 fours.
Yes.
Well, your fingers feel a lot on this door. In particular, what they feel. We're also going to have to adjust the size of this dice pool and what the difficulty can be, like how that reacts with or there needs to be a cost to using more senses costs you somehow. We'll get to that as we build
If I had only used 2, it would have been 1.
Understood. But that's just because you went or you went what you find about the door is, and with 4 successes, using all your fingers going around here, it's like you're playing an upright bass. You're like, what you determine is, with no uncertainty on your part, this door was not forced open anytime soon. You know someone was forcing things because they were forcing the safe open. Mm-hmm. But with 4, the locks were not picked. The door was not wedged. Someone used a key, or as she calls it, her special access code to get into this room.
Who else has your special access code?
Well, I assume the concierge or the bellhops.
Concierge and the bellhops. Knew something was up with them.
Why?
This door was not forced open.
What does that mean?
It means it was open normally.
What is normal? Have I been doing it wrong?
No, with your access key.
Oh, I see. Well, then yes, that's a big problem. All right.
Unless, of course, Is there a balcony or a window?
There is a window. I know what you're trying to recreate. You can go. Why don't you go inspect the window?
All right. I'll just view for sake of ease.
Let's just view the window.
Yeah. Nah.
The window, you simply see the window. The window is closed. You glance out, there is no balcony, but there is a window. So theoretically, somebody could have come out through the window. With that, you see no signs of entry, but you're also not, like, certain that there couldn't have been.
Got it. Okay.
So you think we need to talk to the bellboys?
Yes.
Okay.
But also, maybe some of those detectives.
Those damn detectives. Fake detectives, more like it.
But also the concierge.
Also the concierge. Well, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna stay up here and swoon on my bed.
Yes.
I'm so upset by what's happened. But if you can bring me my necklace back, I'll reward you with a fee we haven't agreed on yet.
That's the only way I do this.
All right. So where are you going to go first?
Let's go to the concierge.
To the concierge. All right. You can go back down to the concierge. He's there. He's, Oh! Hotel detective is back. It's so good to see you again, sir. Did you solve the mystery of who those other detectives are?
There's only more mysteries. So tell us thick with crime.
Can I give you a word of warning?
Yes.
It is important that that you not let the mysteries overwhelm you. My dear hotel detective, if there are ever 13 mysteries at once, well, the greatest mystery of all will begin. What causes the end of the Hotel Detective?
Those many words.
That's true. I'll try to cut it down. To summarize everything I just said in one word, that word shall be... symbiotic. Did that get it across?
Yes.
I don't think it did either. You don't have to. You can placate any of our other guests here who have crimes committed against them, my dear hotel detective, but you never have to lie to me. Trust is very important, as we said.
Indeed.
Who? Oh, a better word just occurred to me. Triskaidekaphobia.
You don't speak French.
Ah, yes. Neither do I. So...
who has access to the guest rooms?
To the rooms?
No, the rooms.
Ah. Well... I shall try not to pronounce it as I must, but no promises. The guest rooms are accessible only by staff with one of the keys to that room.
And who... should have asked her when this necklace was stolen.
What? When it was stolen?
Yeah.
We will say her room is 603.
Who has access to 603?
Well, 603, well, the guest, of course, has a key. Now, there are always backups of the keys, but those are under a very, very powerful lock here, and he kind of kicks under the desk, and you hear a really loud clanging sound, clang, clang. There are backups of keys and various other things in a very impenetrable safe down here. But, otherwise, and he points to a sort of an area behind him, we have multiples of our keys so that we can hand them out to guests, but also have them accessible by staff. 603, he looks over and says, no key is missing at present for 603.
Who used it last?
Well, I do know that one of the housekeeping staff would have used it, but one of the bellboys would have checked the room and prepared it and brought up any... the guest in 603 checked in today, so a bellboy is the last person who would have had it.
The bellboy. It always comes back to the bellboy.
We do have a few bellboys. Bell's boy.
Bellman?
Man bells? The point is, one of them would have done it. Did something happen in that room? Would have been the last to access the room.
The room. Yes.
Did something happen in 603? Has there been a murder?
No.
Well, that's good and not at all disappointing.
But there has been a theft. Yes.
A theft is so tawdry. At least have it be a nice murder.
Cut out there.
I cut out?
Yes.
Oh, apologies.
Or maybe I cut out.
Come down with something. The point is, we're both cutting out. Let's stay on task.
Yes.
One of the bellboys would have gone up there. I'm not certain which one it was. But if you'd like to speak to them, I can ring the bellboy bell and they can all come out.
Yes.
Ding ding. Suddenly, bellboys flood the chamber.
There's quite a few.
The bellboys are all in crisp uniforms with buttons and, buttons and a stupid little hat. I'd like you, however, to make a sixth sense observation about these bellboys. And you can add your sight to it as well. And your hearing, in fact. So you get 10 dice.
What's right?
What?
Here I was thinking Sixth Sense was going to be rolling like a d6, but no, why would it be that simple? 10 dice.
If you want it to be just one, it can be 5
No.
dice.
All right, so we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Mm.
You said hearing?
Hearing?
That's one.
By one you mean a 1, or a 1 you mean 1 4?
1 4 in
Okay.
each of those.
So you have 2 4s thus far.
And then we'll do the 6. Two more 4s.
4 4s. So you seem, as the bellboys move up here, you hear some jingling because of their coats. But something in your mind is like, something's jangling more than buttons on these boys. Boys' bell. You also seem to see some movement, and you're like, what is this? But then you tune into that sixth detective sense. Something is quite amiss here with these bells, boy. Something is wrong. I like that it's Bell's boy and not boy's bell. Something is wrong. And that's when you notice that hanging from each of their belts is a small red bar.
Oh.
Some kind of like multi-tool of some kind. They all have it.
There's some fine-looking tools.
They're tools? Oh wait, are their pants too tight? Oh, sorry. You mean their danglers.
Yes.
They're gentlemen. You don't mean what's inside the pants. You mean what's outside of it.
Yes.
You weren't being crass.
I would never.
Oh, of course. Well, detective, Yes, our bellboys have a variety of tools on their persons, and we have in matching their uniforms. He sort of gestures one over. It's the one who brought you a roll with coffee in it. He pulls out his tool. It is a red, kind of like almost like a red, like Swiss Army knife, but like much bigger and thinner, kind of a thing. Stuff folds out.
Is it like attached to them?
It's like it's on a. He can. We'll say it's got like a pull cord, like a. So it'll if he lets go.
I'm gonna grab it.
He kind of pulls over with it. Yeah. If you look this one over, it looks pristine. It hasn't been scratched up at the front.
I will need to investigate all of these tools.
You want to look at all the bellboys' tools?
Yes. Dangler. All their danglers, as you put it.
Oh. So nothing untoward then. No. Gentlemen, present. The bellboys are kind of like around here shifty. Now, this is an attribute. This is a role I want you to make. Or not make. This choice is yours. What is your demeanor while doing this? You've asked the concierge. You work for him. You work for all of them. How are you presenting yourself now? Are you just saying this, or are you trying to like convey any further, authority? Are you trying to act in a certain way?
Just the authority given to me as my right.
Well, then,
of being a hotel detective management.
Then, damn it, we
detective.
do need one more attribute. We're not out of the woods. We need presence.
Presents. Oh, very nice.
Yes, you get a present, and you get a present, and all the Bell's boy get a present. So my question, Hotel Detective Management Division Detectives, Internal Affairs. What system should we use for you attempting to kind of have, affect people by... This is when you make a speech. This is when you intimidate, or you cajole, or you charm, or you seduce, as Pierce said in chat.
Don't forget monologue.
Monologue could be presence. Also, if you ever give presents, you must roll for presence.
Yes.
So.
What kind of system would be good for this?
By the way, can people in chat, can people watching at home, can you hear like weird sudden music coming above me? Can you guys hear like a sudden like increase in the volume of my neighbor's
I'll turn it down.
TV? Thank you. Yeah. I think for presence, because this is going to be a little bit more straightforward of a mechanic. We have a rollover mechanic. We have a dice pool mechanic where we're looking for successes. How about for presence, it's a, let's keep it simple.
Just like a classic.
Is presence
D20
D20?
Roll?
Should presence, so should your presence, this is like a real question. I know we're being very silly with all stuff. Should presence be something that is, like, very random and anything could happen, or should we do 3d6 so it's a much more like you were a pretty calm, collected guy, you're a thing.
Yeah.
Let's say presence is 3d6, but and any
but the one on the middle die is actually a 6.
There we go. That would one counts as a 6. No. So presence will be 3d6, but what we'll do is you will gain standard like numerical modifiers if you choose to be particularly good at anything. How about that?
Very good.
Roll 3d6. Your target number here, we'll say you're trying to be authoritative.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now we'll just say this is a standard roll. You're not doing any of your
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. That's very good. That's a 15.
Yes, it is.
You're well on the high end of the thing. You are extremely authoritative. You clearly mean business. You are projecting to these young gentlemen that you have to look at every single one of their danglers, and you're going to be seeing who's been keeping his dangler
and the
clean,
tools,
and who's been causing trouble. Right. So at this point, because of that 15 authoritative nature, I was going to say this would have happened at a 13, quite frankly. So you're well above par. Par is a golf term. Let's not get into that now. You look at the boys, the Bell's boy, and one of them makes a break for it.
Attribute 4. High-speed chase.
All right. High-speed chase. Should we call it, you want to call it fisticuffs, kind of like calisthenics? High-speed chase will obviously be the one you're about to use, but this is, or just physicality. What should we call your kind of like your rough and tumble detective athletical abilities? Didn't skip leg day.
I would never.
Yeah.
How
about, should we call it fitness?
Yeah.
Fit check. I don't know. Fitness. What do we like? Fitness.
Fitness works.
Fitness.
It goes with the others.
All right. Now fitness. How do you want your fitness to function?
Okay, so we have a rollover. We've got the match.
We've got a match. We've got a dice pool system.
Traditional.
Some of them can be, I don't know, we'll do the exact same thing, but it can be a similar type of thing. We've got a rollover, we've got a dice pool, we've got a 3d6 sort of a more even spread, where that's still a rollover. You're still trying to roll over target, but it's a more spread thing. Do you want anything? Do you want your fitness be more randomized? Should anything be able to happen? Yeah. All right. Would you like your fitness to use different dice?
Yes.
Great.
I feel like you should, well, here's the other thing that
yeah.
Car chase is an inevitability. Maybe not inside the hotel.
It would go to fitness though, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we'll do. I tried to do this in a system one time, and I was like, this is too complicated. Let's throw it in here where it will be stupid. Okay, here is how your fitness will work. You will have a D20. No, you'll have it. You'll be able to upgrade for some of your others. You'll have a thing. This will be a roll because since another thing to remember when you're making these games is how much math does a person want to do. Kevin, I'm comfortable making do all the math in the world because it's silly. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to have fitness be a roll between your kind of like your physicality die, and then there will be a resistance die. So you have to roll a die and then subtract what you roll on another die from it.
All right.
If you ever get a negative, that's like a fumble,
Yeah.
So you are going to have, I think the standard. If this is just, if you know you want high speed chase to be a specialty, then we can do that before we do that. But here, I think your standard fitness thing is going to be a D12 minus a D6.
Okay.
But you can make the resistant die smaller on certain things, or maybe one time you can make something be a D20 instead. No guarantee for success, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want high-speed chase to be a thing? And you can always add this later. High-speed chase.
Yeah,
okay.
Chase has got to be. You got to have a pursuit.
D4?
Yeah.
Okay. D12 minus D4. All right. Roll it. So roll it.
Although...
We'll call it a foot chase to distinguish it from. All right. So roll your D12.
I have dice everywhere at this point.
I'm sure you do. It's chaos.
This one?
Yeah.
And this one. A D minus D4.
Yeah. So first roll the D12. Let us know what that is.
A 12.
Well, you're almost assured to make it, but
and a 4.
And you rolled a 4?
Yeah.
You rolled max on both. Okay, cool. So if you'd rolled a 10, like a 10 was going to be like the most like haha thing. But with an 8, you definitely succeed. The guy kind of runs and you sort of take off after him. The concierge is like, I never. And you tackle the bellboy just before he runs through the spinning doors, which would have been a serious complication of everyone getting stuck in shenanigans. Yeah. Not only do you tackle him, however, and you guys both sort of fall to the ground in a very like, and you're kind of like wrestling him. For this to reward your success, / for the sake of time, what falls out of his coat, but the most complacent-looking necklace you've ever seen. This necklace is sitting there like, it doesn't give a fuck. This necklace is like, whatever. I'm good either way. It is a red gem with a gold chain. The woman described it very well. You found the necklace. The concierge says, "Oh my word!"
Who is this man?
Well, he's one of our bell hops, although... Ooh. He was a recent hire. He didn't even come that highly recommended, but we have a lot of turnover here. 2 of our previous bellhops were murdered, but I'm sorry to tell you, that is not an open mystery.
Because it was solved?
That's correct.
It's too bad.
Kevin, do you search the man?
Yeah.
Cool. Use all 10 fingers, roll 10d4.
Risk. All right, this, and this. There's 2, 3, 4. 4 fours.
Not only do you find that, in his pocket, you find your crepe. This was the man at the door.
This man stole my crepe.
So you've solved 2 mysteries. The man at the door is the one. A solved mystery gets a gold.
I have to take this guy downtown.
We're all going downtown. Yeah, you can take him downtown. All right. But with that, the criminal's been apprehended. You can return. You can take the guy downtown, but we don't have to roleplay that. But you can return the necklace to the woman if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll call my backup. They can take him downtown.
Yeah, there's always or the cops just they pull up in a paddy wagon.
Yeah.
They can also pull up in a link wagon if you prefer your sausage that way. So, as you can head back up. With
Yes.
necklace in hand. The door is locked.
No knock.
Who is it?
It's a hotel detective.
A real
Management
one or
division.
an imposter?
A real one.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it is you. You found my necklace.
I did.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
It was one of the Bell's boys. Bellmen.
The Bell Boys. Oh.
Do you know him?
The Bell Boys? No, of course not. But that just... If you can't trust Bell Boys, who can you trust?
Yes, what is this world coming to?
What is this world coming to? Well, I'm glad, she puts a hand on your shoulder, that there's still good detectives out there, unlike those fake ones at the convention.
Yes.
Thank you for finding my necklace.
It was my pleasure.
Well, it was my pleasure to have my necklace be found by you.
And it was my pleasure to have given the opportunity to find the necklace and to deliver it to you for your pleasure.
But it was my pleasure to hear that you received pleasure from finding the necklace and doing what I asked and for restoring my faith. So I'm really the one who had the pleasure.
It was my pleasure to have solved the mystery, gotten your thing back, given you the pleasure for helping me solve the case, and then to tackle the bellboy and to get it back.
Oh, but it was my pleasure to hear about you tackling the bellboy. I had not heard that detail, so that detail is entirely my pleasure.
It was my pleasure to do all of that, plus then turn him over.
Well, it was my pleasure to hear that he is safely in custody.
Yes.
She gives you a look like, gotcha there, and that she closes the door. And thus ends the first chapter of The Hotel Detective.
The most straightforward game I've ever played.
Yeah. So there we go. Welcome to Hotel Detective. We will probably have some more people in this game eventually, but I do have to say, this is one where, like, you understand where I'm like, I think I need one player for this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I really like the idea of her. Like, I'm picturing in the movie version of this, where you're like, yes, and then she's really smug, like, huh, gotcha. It was my pleasure, asshole. Well, very good. Well,
it's the matter of my payment, but
well, there we go. The matter of no, you're on staff. You're a salaried employee here. Your job is to just solve mysteries all day long. The good news is you solved 2 mysteries. So way to go. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this. It sounds like Sophia liked it. She said I loved it, and Gallagher and Saber's giving full claps. This is a little bit weirder of one, but I think this is fun. I'll also add, I'm purposefully doing convoluted, weird, multiple systems. This obviously at WonderCon, it's going to be a real, like, great. Everyone, you roll the D8 and you add the number to it. It's going to be whatever stuff. But I may do a little bit of cleaning up of this before our next game of some of this established stuff. Another thing we didn't talk about is how many specialties you'll get in the various things.
Yep.
So there we go. Because as much as I like the idea that you get 2 dice for eyes and 2 dice for ears, we also maybe want you to have like the pools maybe shouldn't represent how many sensory organs you have. They should be like, I'm good at seeing, less good at hearing, whatever. So we'll get to that. But yeah, that was great. Kevin, do you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, complaints?
So many.
Any you'd like to share?
Yes.
Any you're going to share now?
No.
Understood. Yes, there we go. Had to ask it all the ways, but we got there. Pierce says the woman was like an Aubrey Plaza role. Which Aubrey Plaza was also in another another James Austin Johnson being a detective sketch, if you remember, for her episode, where she's the woman who likes old men. She was Jacket Girl.
Oh God, that was another good one.
That's a really good
one. That
one.
was the birth of Jacket Girl.
Yeah, that was. Well, Jacket Girl existed. That was the, oh my God, we see Jacket Girl.
Oh, that's right.
Jacket Girl became Jacket Girl. I think it was because you were in. Oh, I think it was because somebody said a joke. It was like somebody made a joke about like vintage, and I offhandedly was like, I like my jackets like I like my men, like vintage. And then it's like, well, he's old. And then I was like, well, I guess she's sexually attracted to old men. That's her whole thing. Jacket Girl has two things. She looks great in a jacket, and she's into the old gentleman. Yep. Ah, that's funny. Thank you all for watching. This was some silly fun. Appreciate you guys being engaged in chat and giving us some thoughts. I'm gonna do our good old. There's some social information for you. You can go to our Discord where I will post stuff. I guess I am gonna try to post recaps of these games. Part of the problem with the one-on-one game though is I take way fewer notes because we're just both in it the whole time. So
recap is we got the bad guy.
The recap will probably won't involve like the joke I'm really proud of we were saying I'm on duty and her response to et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, that's an airplane style Jeff. Although it's pretty good. So it won't involve all that, but we'll still have the recap of how many mysteries were solved and mystery cases were closed and all that stuff. You should get some reward for solving 2 mysteries. We'll deal with that first time next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. Well, then Sophia, this might be one to do it on if you really want to transcribe any of these. I also feel like, and to be perfectly honest, like I'm kind of like just generally opposed to AI, but this feels like the kind of thing a robot should do for us. Like robots should do the tedious stuff. So like if there is a way to AI transcribe, like that might be, and then clean it up or whatever, like that might be a thing to do. But thanks. This was very fun. Thank you so much, Kevin. So go to our Discord, go to our we'll be, I should mention, in the next week or so, I'm going to have the YouTube, which is the Long Lost Lore, it's not the one that's linked here, actually. It's our Long Lost Lore archive. I should link that in somewhere too. That I haven't been uploading everything as much as I should. It's just been here on Twitch. So the archive one will have the full episodes. The plan, I think, is for the main YouTube, that is that link there, that has nothing on it yet. That's where we're going to put like clips and shorter stuff, or just like, you know, kind of more polished EVA content, etc., etc. I'm trying to get all that going on because obviously we have some stuff to promote now since we're going to WonderCon. But yes, we will thank you so much for this. We will see you on Friday for more Manticore action. And then we'll see you a week from tonight, next Sunday.
He's like a nice gentleman.
They don't see, the players of that don't really know. It's fun. Who Manticore was in that previous game.
I support his endeavors.
I know you do. You specifically do, and you're like, this is all cool. I love it. So yeah. So very fun. Well, we'll see you guys for those previous games. Until next time. And I do know what the sign off for this game should be. I don't always know, but I knew what it was, and it kind of got said earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Until next time, we're all going downtown.